Hi, my friends. So do you remember when Mrs. O'Reilly said that we were going to talk a lot about animals this week? So we have some things that we need to do before we learn all about our animals. This says some things are, take a look, what do you think? Plants, and some living things are animals. Now they're all living. But some can eat food and some can make their own food inside their own bodies. And some live in the ground and some walk around on the ground. So we have to figure out which one goes in which spot, which are plants and which are animals. Are you ready to help me? Okay, because I'm gonna need some help. Our first one is the picture of corn. Is corn a plant or an animal? Corn, is it a plant or an animal? A plant? Perfect. So Mrs. O'Reilly's gonna stick it right here by the plants. I'm sorting my plants and my animals. What about an octopus? An octopus has 8 legs and it swims under the ground. Is it a plant? Is it sticking in soil? I don't think so. I think it's an animal. So I'm gonna put it under my animal. What about a frog? Does a frog sit in soil and grow from the sun? Or does it have its own body and hop around? What should I put it under? Some living things are plants or some living things are animals? I think I would put it under animals too. What about grass? This crunches underneath your feet when you're outside. And it has roots and it goes it grabs to the soil and it stays put. And did you know that grass makes its own food? When the sun shines down on it, it makes its own food. Should it go under the plants or the animals? Perfect. You guys are so smart. So I'm gonna put the grass under the plants. This one. What about a snake? Where should the snake go? Should it go under animals or should it go under plants? Mrs. O'Reilly's gonna move it a little closer so you can see. I think it should go under the animals. I think you're right. What about a sprout? Do you see how it's green and it has stems and it's in the soil? It's gonna go under the plants. Good job. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3. We're gonna look at 2 more. Is a snail a plant or an animal? Yeah, an animal. Great job. And what about, this is an easy one. Is a tree a plant or an animal? Oh, you're right. It goes right under the plants. Now, we learned a lot about animals. I have a new song for you. We're gonna sing our song about living things because plants are living things and animals are living things. We're gonna sing this together, okay? Here are the words if mommy wants to help sing it with us or daddy. It says, plants and animals are living things, living things, living things. Plants and animals are living things. They always change and grow. Do you think we can try that again? Okay, let's try again. Plants and animals are living things, living things, living things. Plants and animals are living things. They always change and grow. Do you want to teach that to your mom and dad? And maybe at home you can practice either clapping when you sing it, or you can do something else. Maybe you can stomp your feet. We can try again. Plants and animals are living things, living things, living things. Plants and animals are living things. They always change and grow. We learned about plants and animals, and they're all living things. Can I read you a very silly story? This silly story has a lot of silly words, and they actually rhyme, but they're not real words. Did you know that sometimes when you read rhyming words, they don't have to match, and they don't have to be the same? So Mrs. O'Reilly's gonna read you a really silly story about the hiccupotamus. Hiccup. Can you do that? Hiccup. Alexa, I know you can do that. Hiccup. Hiccup. So Mrs. O'Reilly's going to read you that. Hiccupotamus by Aaron Lentz. That's the author. That's who wrote the book. Are you ready for some silly words? Are you going to giggle? Julie and I know you're going to giggle. Hic. Oh my goodness, do I have the hiccups? There was a hippopotamus who hicced up quite a lotamus, and every time he got a muss, he'd fall upon his bottomus. That's so silly. Are those silly words that rhyme? One day he saw an elephant with cakes of green and yellowfant. He tried to tell her elephant. Hiccup. Oh my goodness, how silly. But it didn't go so well-elephant. She chased him toward a centipede, pouring new cementipede. Oh my goodness. And he hiccuped up by an accident-pede. Oh my goodness, hiccup. Can you do that? Hiccup. Some of these words are super silly and they're not real. And that's okay. Sometimes when you're silly, you can make up silly words that sound a lot alike. That's called rhyming. So we can practice that another day too on our own. Oh, and he tripped the elephantipede. Oh, what happened to him? What's all over him? Do you remember they said the word cement? That means like the sidewalk outside. Look at him, he's got it all over him. Oh my goodness, they all have it. Look at the hiccupotamus. They ran near a rhinoceros with minty dental flosserus. Well, he's flossing his teeth. His string went all crisscrosserous. Oh my goodness, it's all over. It's all tangling everybody up. All because of that hiccup. And that was the last Sterosaurus. Oh my goodness, who's all tied up? The elephant and the rhinoceros and the centipede is all tied up. All because that hiccupotamus. They tried to find a therapy, some cure which they could share-py. A what or why or where-py to stop this long nightmare-py. So, oh, they're reading books about how to fix his hiccups. They wrapped him round with licorice and spun him very quickerish Oh my goodness, they tied him up and then they spun him out. And they secured him to a buffalo and made him huff and puffalo. Can you do that? Huff, puff, huff and puffalo. Oh my goodness. He's still hiccuping. Hiccup, hiccup. They acquired him an aquarium and flashed him some scarium. They're trying to scare him. Look, would this scare you? An octopus? Oh my goodness, the fish went on top of the centipede because he got scared. They poured him tons of vinegar and tickled his chinny chin chiniger. What do you think he's doing? He's sniffling and chew. But he's still hiccuping. Hiccup, hiccup. Then at last, a miracle. His hiccups, so severical, just didn't reappearical. He grinned from ear to earicle. Oh, he's so happy. No more hiccups. Until, what's gonna happen? What do you think? What do you think? Hiccup! They all got the hiccups. Oh no, what are we gonna do with them? Are we gonna have to, let's think about this story. Are we going to have to scare them? Roar! Or are we going to have to spin them around? Do you remember with the licorice? Do you remember what else they did? Think about it. You tell me. They sneezed. Remember, they made him sneeze. What else? So when you're thinking about a story and you can't remember what happened, you can flip to the pages because all the pictures are going to tell you what happened. They made him huff and puffalo, do you remember? And they spun him with licorice and they scared him and they poured vinegar and they tickled him. So now we have to do all of that to my new friends that have the hiccups. Hiccup! I hope you had fun today. Mrs. O'Reilly's gonna give your mommies and daddies a bunch of different things that they can do with you today. So you're gonna treat your animals like a veterinarian, right? You're gonna take care of your animals today. And what I want you to do is I want you to walk around and I want you to think about things that are living, that are breathing, that are walking, that are eating, or even the ones that are plants, because plants are alive too, right? And things that are not alive. Do you know what's not alive? Mrs. O'Reilly's hat is not alive. Do you remember this hat for Wacky Wednesday? And my book is not alive. It can't eat, and it can't walk, and it can't breathe. And my animals are not alive. No, not alive. But Mrs. O'Reilly's plants upstairs, they're alive. And Mrs. O'Reilly's alive. I can breathe, and I can walk, and I can eat. So I want you to look around your house and find all the things that are living and the things that are not alive. Most of your toys are not alive, so you can tell mom and dad that you know that. If you have a plant or a fish or a dog, like Dookie's alive, or anything else, you tell me what's alive and what's not alive. Crayons are not alive. My board is not alive. But your plants outside are, the trees outside are, the grass outside is. And maybe you see a cat outside. Maybe you see an ant or a spider. Those are alive too. So you tell me, you're gonna go on a hunt in your house and you're gonna find all the things that are alive and the things that are not alive. Do you think you can do that? You're so smart. I love you all.